So, Livestreamfails, a Reddit page, yes, that website for those clinically online or for those who are looking for a bespoke IT related issue. But Livestreamfails is a Reddit page that has been at the heart of the streaming community, especially on the platform Twitch, for years, with the latest iteration of the page being created back in 2015, as the previous page that went under the same name with an S on the end had issues with its moderation and was apparently shut down unexpectedly. But even after this, the current page has 4.2 million members to this day and is in the top 500 Reddit pages. As the name implies, it primarily was for Livestreamfails, where people would upload funny clips and mistakes that streamers had made, which alongside providing some entertainment could be used for most streamers to get additional publicity to that clip and their streams, and a lot of streamers had got their start or additional popularity from this page. And to some degree it still does this to this day, and some of my favourite clips from Twitch have been found on this one Reddit page.
Just say it to me, yellow. Look at this, okay? Tell me يا ابن القحبة، أقول لك أبوك كم راح وخر على وجهك.
One kebab, please.
Yeah, I used to use Reddit and this page, I'll put my hands up and admit it. Initially this was the purpose of the page, funny haha fails, like my favourite streamer accidentally just leaked their full address and are being swatted live on stream. Yes, that was considered a live stream fail at the time. Or what is that thing under that streamer's bed and why is it 16 inches long?
What's that under your bed? Probably a guitar.
That was Livestreamfails for many years. It was almost essential at one point to use this Reddit page if you were a streamer, as it eventually became a news source for streaming. Streamers would tune in daily for either react content or to update themselves on what games are being played right now, or what serious controversy has plagued the platform today.
Stupid fucking mistakes, man.
Once again, this page was almost integral to being a streamer in those days, and it was used by most of the top echelons of Twitch, especially when streaming wasn't as mainstream as it is today. And if you weren't using it, you run the risk of potentially being in the dark about what is going on in the world of streaming, especially in those early days. However, it gradually turned into a page more focused on drama and specific streamers themselves more than anything else, with people coming in daily just to see the next drama or clip that shows a streamer in a not so good light for further criticism. This actually has its own name in the space, which is drama frogs, people that farm and jump on most dramas as they occur. This page as of today is more known for drama farming more than anything else, and the focus of the page is less about the funny whimsical fails of streamers and more focusing on their mistakes and potential controversies than anything else. The subreddit basically thrived on drama and due to that had cultivated its own toxic environment. In fact, at one point the page had to reflect on itself in 2020 after the passing of the beloved streamer Reckful, who unfortunately took his own life. And whilst the Reddit page wasn't entirely to blame as Reckful had been struggling previously before this, an article made note that before he did pass he posted a marriage proposal on Twitter to a then ex-girlfriend, of which it was then posted on Livestreamfails with people seemingly mocking him. After this event, Livestreamfails made an official post called A New Dawn, where they said the subreddit requires drastic changes, better moderation, better rules, and even a feature where streamers can opt out of having their clips posted onto the page, and even a comment about the facilitation of hate on the platform. And some in the comments made their opinions on the page known. But since then, nothing much has changed. Most streamers are only one out of context clip away from a barrage of hate.
An award show, the Streamer Awards, and she's doing it with Maya. And a lot of people were pumped about it. And a lot of the streamers were too. They reached out to her. But the people on Livestreamfail, again, it's select few in the grand scheme of things, were pretty cynical about it, pretty rude about it.
Nervous that like some people might not take things the right way, and I have to check LSF as like, oh god, is there a thread about me or what I said this week?
And the feature they were talking about where streamers can opt out of their clips being used on the page was walked back and never implemented. Once again, I will admit I was very active on this subreddit. I was there for the XQC getting banned from Overwatch days, the 2 of Wives, and the Force and Horsecock situation.
Holy moly! Why do they have 5 legs in Burma?
Maybe it's so it can milk it. Holy moly.
But that was back in the day, and I only occasionally look at it now primarily due to the many issues the page has, some of which I'm going to enlighten that Tunscan brick of a brain you have with, as Livestreamfails, especially in recent years, isn't what it used to be. And once again, there are a lot of problems which has led people to go to alternative sources for the same thing. And yes, you can make the argument this page is like many other platforms like Twitter, still refusing to call it X by the way, and YouTube where More Pegasus is rivaling One Piece in terms of how many episodes he's milked out of one drama, which is honestly impressive at this point. But Livestreamfails is a subreddit that has had a stranglehold on streaming for quite some time. If a clip was posted about a streamer showing them in a negative light, it would gather attention rather quick, and you'll probably get the usual comments of LSF users talking about how much they hate said streamer, regardless if the clip is in context or not. But if it's a clip of a streamer doing something absolutely abhorrent like spreading their entire inventory on stream intentionally, then yeah, they deserve that criticism, and hopefully from said criticism they hopefully won't be spreading their anal glands again. But this is where Livestreamfails sets itself apart from the aforementioned platforms. It's mainly community ran and moderated by the staff, and once again it holds a lot of influence. But what if the staff of the subreddit had somewhat of a bias towards you, to the point where if there were negative posts about you that would definitely affect your reputation, they would just be removed?
Guys, listen, you're not allowed to violate the rules in our COS. If you do, I may have to ban you for 24 hours.
As mentioned for like the 50th time now, LSF has a lot of influence and can make controversies in the streaming world more well known or sometimes even worse. Key examples are with the streamer Alinity, as she was posted a lot of times on the page, for multiple controversies like with her PewDiePie copyright situation.
Yo! Can we copy strike PewDiePie's latest video?
And one instance where she threw her cat and fed it vodka. Another example is with the whole XQC divorce arc, where any mention of it from streamers that knew about the situation was posted to the page. And even a more recent example is with piratesoftware, as the page has been following anything to do with him and his continuous spiral. It even got to the point where Pirate tried to counter the coverage on him by LSF by shortening the clips that were posted so that the clips were incoherent. Because they were clips of his channel, he can manually change those clips, but quite easily countered by the full clips being backed up to the LSF website as soon as they are uploaded. There's even claims of the page's community having fully erect hate boners for certain streamers, circulating any drama they are remotely involved in. A good example being Kai Cenat, when most of the top posts regarding him are somewhat negative, and even some other streamers have noticed this.
Like, LSF has hated Kai forever. Like, they've always hated Kai. Like, every time there's a positive Kai post, everybody's, like, begrudgingly like, yeah, I guess he works really hard. You know, like, yeah, they hate him. And so, like, they're always waiting. They're like, oh my god, please do something wrong so we can try to get you banned.
So for the last time, any negative post made about you on this page can be amplified significantly, and streamers have known this for many years, which is why most stalk the page to see if there are any posts regarding them, or some just straight up bait the page, as a way to mock the people that take streamer drama too seriously, or as a way to get more views and engagement.
I was thinking of baiting LSF to see if my clipping stuff still works. You know, like saying something that I think would get on LSF just to see if the clip gets deleted.
But there have been some theorizing for years that certain streamers that understand the way LSF holds have been working with the mods of the page to remove most negative posts regarding them, which if true is unfair to say the least. Everyone else has to deal with these flung from this page and potentially with their own fuck-ups on stream being recirculated. Why do these streamers get a pass? And it could be potentially perceived as controlling the narrative. The streamers specifically theorized to have this privilege on the page are people like Mizkif, who was previously a part of the content creator group One True King, or OTK. Even as recently as 2022, rumours were circulating that he was paying the mods of LSF, but the only evidence was word of mouth.
They censor people in general on LSF because they know mods. True, Mizkif does pay the LSF mods. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact from, you know, being there when he told me that he paid the mods. I just know that. But I think that it's like, I think it's well known that everyone knows that Mizkif pays the mods on LSF.
Now, there was no proof of this and many just thought he was joking, but people have been suspicious for a while why some posts regarding Mizkif or some other members of OTK are heavily moderated.
I know this is disrespectful, but Nick and the whole squad, I get honest with you. You guys are being given a treatment that other streamers are not being given. It's not applied across the board. Everybody gets on it, and y'all get off easy because you guys control the mods. Hey.
One moderator even made a post 3 years ago under a previous post that has since been removed by other moderators for some reason, that under the announcement that OTK would partner with Moist Critical to make a PC company, Mizkif for some reason wanted that thread removed along with others, of which the mods refused and then posted the comment to show they were not removing the post. But once again in the current year that comment is completely gone. But this isn't the first time they tried to get threads about them removed. In 2023, screenshots of Miz and another OTK member, NMP LOL, from a supposed past mod of the subreddit would surface, showing that in 2021, Mizkif and NMP LOL had direct contact with these mods and was trying to pressure them into removing threads about them. With one from Mizkif where he was requesting a thread to be removed because he did something good, which was giving one of his mates 10k, but it was only getting hate on the page. And another instance in a post where I think he said his ex-girlfriend's name instead of his current one, and he was requesting it to be removed because it was a brigade post where members of a Discord that hated Miz would give attention to negative posts regarding him, so people would only see those negative posts. At least that's what he was telling the mod. But once again, the mod stands their ground and tells them it's not against the rules, so they're not removing the thread. And in response, he makes a weird comment like he can just make his own LSF and stop using this one. And another screenshot where an MP lol contacted a mod to get another post removed. But the mod flat out states they can't just remove criticism of people and streamers, and Nick doesn't really take it that well, and goes on to argue that eventually due to said criticism someone might end their life, or something bad will eventually happen. And he adds the comment he has FBI connections to find people for some reason. And the mod also said Mizkif had previously mentioned they were to blame fully for Reckful's death, although they did not have access to the evidence proving that. And there was a screenshot from 2020 of another member from OTK SFAND trying to get a post removed because it was drama farming, which was denied, but was additional evidence that some streamers do have contact with the mods of this board. Now, blind hatred and harassment on Livestreamfails, as stated previously, isn't uncommon. It's cultivated its own toxic environment over the years, and it's a serious problem of this page. But should some streamers get special treatment over other streamers and be completely void of all negative posts and the actual rare valid criticism, whilst other probably less influential streamers have to deal with both, and yes, larger streamers get a large amount of both anyway, but I don't think they deserve special treatment no matter how dog shit the board is. Either they change the rules to benefit all streamers or nobody gets that privilege. It's only fair that way. But this was the old mod team of LSF, and this mod team, if the screenshots are to be trusted, told streamers to go fuck themselves if they wanted posts removed that did not break any of their rules. But in recent years, the mod team has been changed multiple times, and one mod specifically has been getting a lot of attention, that being the still active and head mod Tarot Card or Stale 2000. Prior to this, Stale was a member of the Twitch moderation team for 4 years, and also for 4 years has been a mod on the subreddit, where in the last year he has been a head mod. He shares a lot of his opinions on Twitter, like how he thinks VTubers aren't being suppressed or treated differently on Twitch, his opinion on AI, and constantly clarifying he isn't bald for some reason. Admittedly, he doesn't have the best reputation, even though he hasn't been head mod for long. There's already been a document released on him by past mods describing him to be very power hungry, and even when a majority of the staff no longer wanted him to be head mod of the page, and they even voted for such a change, he just removed all of them, including many of the older mod team that had been around for years, and has more than once changed the entire team, and even gave power to people that may be viewed as problematic, apparently without consulting any of the other mods, as they usually do, and then they vote to see if it's a good idea. And some allege that he treats this page like his own personal playground. And when asked about why he did what he did, he simply just replied with they tried to overthrow him for months, so he just got rid of them. But why do we need to focus on this mod? Well, for the third time, it was brought up quite recently that streamers from OTK may be getting preferential treatment on the page, after posts like a video going over NMP Law's divorce was removed with the reason no YouTube videos are allowed, which is a rule, but is selectively enforced. As with the pirate software drama, they allowed full YouTube videos to be posted and didn't remove them. You had a post about Extra Emily, who is a part of OTK, deleted, which was a clip of her refusing to pay her parents back for her degree, which was a very popular clip in the streaming space, but it was taken down for being clickbait or opinionated views. But the clip was correct, this did happen, everything was accurate, but it was still taken down. And on LSF there are a bunch of clickbait titles that never do get taken down, and a lot of other OTK negative posts were taken down as well. Now, even if OTK didn't have a hand in this directly, it appears that anything posted to this page about OTK is heavily moderated more than anything else or any other streamer, when once again that would be unfair and they're supposed to be unbiased. And on top of all of this, people would state that the head mod is a big fan of the streamer Destiny, with chat logs showing such, and a past mod coming out saying that he apparently runs the fence for him.
It's obvious that he's doing it. Who did you guys bring up? Who do you think he's protecting? I just want to hear it from your lips.
Destiny, of course.
Wait,
Destiny.
that's...
Now once again, people were questioning if Livestreamfails was bias, and still the head mod started to jump on people's live streams to kind of explain himself and put these rumours to bed, that this platform known for shitting on streamers and circulating drama doesn't pick favourites, and doesn't censor any posts. He jumped on Henry Resilience and XQC's stream, and boy oh boy, did he make things worse. When asked by XQC why some posts were removed about OTK, the head mod of this whole Reddit page doesn't even know why they were removed.
XC compares Emily's spreadsheet to revenge porn. LSF removes another extra Emily thread.
I don't remember this one. You did compare it. What happened with that?
I think it's
yeah, I don't think I removed that, but yeah, it does seem like a fair comparison. Yeah, maybe it's the Emily. Maybe it's like the I don't know. Yeah, you could. I don't know why that one was removed.
OTK laying off multiple staff. Twitter post removed.
I mean, that seems like a good tweet to me. I don't know why that one would be removed. So I mean, I didn't remove that one, but well, unless it was not true.
Twitch sponsored anti-Semitism. This is supposed to be removed from. I could show you this from.
Oh yeah, that was. Okay, I think that one should have stayed up. I don't know why we removed that. That one should have stayed up.
Of threads that involve OTK that have high comments are deleted.
That might be the case. Yeah, I can see what you're saying now. Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely keep more of a lookout for that.
Now he says he doesn't know why or who is removing these posts, but in another interview says there's an audit log where he can see this information.
And then on top of that, there is some like logging of the stuff. So there is, if you remove a post, people know who removes it, and that's like, and then we can like discuss that or disagree or agree or something with the person who removes it or not.
On one post where he says he just straight up removed it because he didn't like it.
This seems to be a clip because it's just chatting. So the direct link that was linked is
all right.
Would be a clip. Go ahead.
All right. I remember. Okay, I do remember this one. I did remove this one. I think it was because they added the word multimillionaire at the beginning. This is like an edge case. I don't like it when people like really inject like extra information into the thing. Like
this is gonna send it with the millionaire streamer. It's kind of like how much money they have. I think it's the exact same kind of realm.
I think we'll agree on that one. I think so. I will say I was quick. I think it was a little bit too quick on that one. I think I got it at like. This was in the morning. I think I was. I like just woken up and I got like notified on my phone. But I think I'll agree on that. Yeah. So I would say that's a correct. That's an instance of. I should have removed that one.
Even at one point, XQC calls him out for inconsistent moderation when it came to YouTube videos regarding the video about NMP Law's divorce, with it being removed, and once again he has no explanation except, yeah, that shouldn't have been removed. and goes on a rant about how people should follow the rules, but the moderators aren't even enforcing them.
And we almost never allow YouTube videos. There's been once or twice, but we don't like allowing YouTube videos.
Okay.
So.
Also,
like,
I have to call you out. I have to call you out like an interviewer. A lot of pirate stuff, I believe, was YouTube videos that were not enforced on. Like a lot of the pirate stuff, it was pretty massive. 5K upvotes, 4K upvotes. A lot of them were actual videos, not removed.
Yeah, we should have removed some of those. Yeah, yeah, we were not doing much.
Yeah, so that's gonna. It's why I'm not trying to be too rude, but at the same time, it seems like there's a lot of we should have done that when it's not OTK, but when it's OTK, it's always pretty much enforced. Does that make sense? That's what I think. That's where the people's voice is at right now.
I mean, if people just like follow like the YouTube video thing, like I feel like it's not that hard to like get like a clip from a live stream instead of a YouTube video.
But on the Henry Resilient interview, he says this post should have been left up, and that basically sometimes they allow YouTube videos and sometimes they don't.
Right? So we don't allow clips from YouTube videos.
But that's not an accurate statement. You do allow clips from YouTube videos, just not ones about OTK.
Well, sometimes we don't notice it, I would say. If we have, we probably shouldn't have allowed it. But like, I mean, so that is our general rule. There might be cases where we have missed things, and maybe we shouldn't have missed it. But
so
like we'll say it's a gray area, right? So I'll even concede that, and I'll say like we sometimes allow YouTube video stuff, but generally we don't. We don't like to. So that's one. Number two is I do think that a lot of your clips that get posted have kind of clickbaity-ish titles, and so I mean, if people want clips,
wait. What's a clickbaity title? Like NMP Low and Melina $1 Million divorce. Is that clickbaity? Is that a clickbaity title?
It's like 5%. I would say it's like 10% clickbait. So I would leave this post up. I mean, my slight feedback would be maybe you shouldn't have capital letters on divorce at the end, but this is fine. So I would say this should stay up. Yeah.
But he also mentions he keeps posts up he likes in the context of company drama, which is against the rules of the page, and was also the reason why the old Livestreamfails mods wanted him gone, which provides a little credibility to the claim he treats this like his own playground.
Says that this employee said this about Twitch or whatever, those always stay up.
Yeah, so if we're talking about a company, you know, I mean, I love company drama. So maybe that's my bias here is like anything that's about Twitch, anything that's about a gaming company, I would want to keep on the subreddit because I think that's cooler than influencer drama. But yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I mean, the short story is I got put as the top mod, and then I was allowed like a couple posts based on gaming news. Like there was like the game Concord had shut down, and I allowed a post on Concord or something because I mean it's not like influencer related, but I thought it was like a cool thing because I wanted to like have more company drama, company news. So people got really mad about that, and they tried to vote me off, but that's not how Reddit works. You can't vote people off the island. If somebody's the top mod, you basically cannot get rid of them unless they do something like really stupid.
But there's also a moment on another stream with this streamer, JSTLK, what the fuck is that? Where the same mod states he is protecting OTK from OTK anti-fans that brigade posts.
When, again, this is like the reputation that your subreddit has, is that it protects OTK people.
Yeah, I mean, that's a reasonable point. I mean, I think the bias is less pro. It's not that it's pro OTK. It's that I am worried about there's like a whole group of OTK anti-fans that have basically taken over the subreddit, or they used to be able to take it over.
Okay.
Like, do you remember?
I sort of understand. I know you're talking about like Apple Cord and shit. Yeah. I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I'm gonna say though, but this is the reason why your conflict is a concern, right? Because this is literally describing the conflict. It's like it seems like you've been close to OTK people. They have met you. You've met them. You do want them to like you. You do want them to like the subreddit, right? I know you said this before, that you want them to like the subreddit. And so that is where the conflict comes into play, because now it's like, well, I took 10 seconds to look at this while I was half asleep and then I deleted it. So now I don't know how to evaluate the statement you're giving me versus the conflict you've already stated you basically have. Right? This is why the conflict would be important.
Sure.
Because the users, it basically is like LSF is just streamer TMZ, right? That's what it is. And you not liking that is fine, but if you only protect certain people with streamer TMZ, then yeah, that's a conflict and it's a problem. And I think it degrades the subreddit. Like if it's not being wielded in like a fairly even-handed way.
This is a good point in that clip. He is protecting certain streamers but not all of them, whilst also claiming they are unbiased. And whilst it's unsure if MizKif or NMPLol have a hand directly in removing posts, it is clear from the behaviour of the mods, and this one in particular, that not all streamers are treated the same on this page when they should be, and from what he said, moderation is either inconsistent or possibly incompetent at times, or rules are enforced differently based on which streamers are being discussed. But with many holding the reputation that this page is not just about fails and potentially bias, people had started going elsewhere for their streamer news, or streamer TMZ as they call it, because nowadays streamers and streaming is a big thing. Even official news sources also look at it very closely now, but there is one page specifically people now go to for their streamer news.
LSF doesn't fucking matter, okay? At this day and age, everybody should be aiming to get retweeted by Awk. Yeet on Twitter.
So if you've been watching a lot of streamer related news here on YouTube, you would have probably seen this Twitter account Yeet or Orc shown quite a lot. They describe themselves as the TMZ for streamers, but aside from streamers they also occasionally post general news here and there. It's run by one person who many believe is a child in middle school, but is rivaling Livestreamfails to the point where the head mod made a joke that they are a government psyop or something. I hope it was a joke. But a lot of people trust this account for news and clips of other streamers. But then again, where else are you going to go? It's either this, Livestreamfails, or the other Livestreamfails, which is made by the mods that got kicked from the other Livestreamfails. It's got so popular to the point where fucking Elon Musk is retweeting it. There is a possibility it could be a government psyop. But it's not a bad place for a streamer and occasional general news, and from what I've seen they are pretty reliable and somewhat honest with their coverage. However, they have ran into some problems, like the streamer Extra Emily, who we already spoke about DMCAing a post about her because she didn't want to see a clip and because she thought it would get her more hate, and it was another clip about her not paying her parents back or something. But it was blatant abuse of DMCA. And some people have noticed this account is very anti some streamers like Hassan, but at least they're upfront about it, they don't deny it. They even reposted fellow streamers talking about it.
And to be fair, Yeet has been, like, I would say more anti-Hassan than pro-Hassan. Most of the posts that he posts of Hassan are negative. So it's always important to recognize the sender and to understand where a message is coming from.
But yeah, in my opinion, this page is slowly taking over for news on streamers compared to Livestreamfails, with evidence that the streamers themselves are using it over LSF now.
I had a girl over the other night and we did the deed, but I didn't come, and when she asked why, I told her I was out of mana. That's not a flex, that's sad.
So in conclusion, Livestreamfails used to be a platform that many would go to just to simply see fails of live streamers, but for better or worse it eventually turned more into a drama page for streamers and has held a strong influence over streamers whilst doing so. However, either from the mod's behaviour, the toxic environment it's cultivated, or the theory of censorship existing on the page, people don't trust it as much anymore and have gone for alternative sources for things like streamer news. Livestreamfails many years ago used to be a page I was very entertained by. There are still some funny clips that I have favourited that I will go back and watch, but for one reason or another, it's just not the same anymore. And I'm very self-aware that a majority of you didn't care about this and I was rambling to myself for 30 minutes like a person with ADHD talking about which dinosaur has enough armor to stop a depleted uranium tank shell. But yeah, that's something I wanted to talk about today, and yeah, bye-bye.